Hey YouTube gamers, this is Zero from Android Games, bringing some more Clash Royale. For today, we're giving something new a try. I've picked up a fair amount of mini P.E.K.K.A.s recently. I've got a level 5 mini P.E.K.K.A. He was previously level 2, so every time I tried using him at the arena that I was at, it wasn't working so well. But now that he's level 5, he feels like he might be fleshed out enough to really make an impact. He is going to get the tryout today. We'll see what we can do. The current rating for me is 1648. We'll see where we are by the end of the evening. And as always, I try to do this every day. I was sick yesterday. I apologize. See what we can do to keep this rolling. I might do a second stream tonight. Just as always, we got free stuff coming in our way. We got our gold. And then from our alliance, we can pick up some more golden experience by being nice to people we like. I currently have a crown chest to get down, and I have 4 open chest slots. It would be really nice if I can get back over into Builder's Workshop. The substitution I made this P.E.K.K.A. for is, or P.E.K.K.A. I'm calling him P.E.K.K.A. because it makes it easier for me to call him Mini Pikachu, because he's going to be my little thunder and lightning. Just bringing it for myself, I hope. We'll find out. But my substitution was my Prince. My Prince is only level 2. That's not a big deal for epic cards because they're hard to get. But my other epics are level 3, so I'm hoping that just deck power is going to help me push a little bit further than I've been doing lately. Anyway, we're getting him to try. I've liked Mini P.E.K.K.A. early on. I only gave it up because I just wasn't getting upgrades, and now that I've gotten upgrades, I want to give it a shot. And don't have an opening attack really, so we'll just wait on this for a second. Tesla. Magic. Man, wizards and shit. Okay, so that's gonna get fireballed straight into hell. I could throw a giant skeleton, I will. And that way I will be free to menace their right lane. For just a little... Actually, I'm going to menace their left lane. Screw that. P.E.K.K.A. away. Let's give this P.E.K.K.A. the shot he deserves. Run, 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 little guy. Okay, so far, he's not nearly as fast as the Hog Rider. Nobody really is. I think that's why I love Hog Rider so much for support. Kind of why the Prince was I was taking a shine to him too, as he would get in there. But neither one of them is suitable backup for my my giant skeleton. I just like the fact that the giant skeleton blows up on people, quite honestly. We're gonna have to throw that barrel real fast. Not gonna make it in time. No, maybe I did make it in time. No, I didn't. And then while they're dealing with that on that side, we'll throw this on this side. And we're just gonna see what we can get out of like a couple of little minions really quick. Yeah, we could have saved up. But, you know, if they didn't use arrows, they didn't counter like that, who knows what we get out of it. And I think we're going to try to push a whole bunch of garbage into their right lane. We're going to start with a giant skeleton as soon as it's ready, which is now. And then we're going to throw a Hog Rider. And honestly, we might throw a Mini P.E.K.K.A. right behind that too. Okay. So we got that. Good for me. We still want to defend, though. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Good job. Okay, so that's gonna have to go down. This is about to get super dirty. This is gonna be a fireball worth it. Because that regular P.E.K.K.A. is gonna straight take my shit right there. Okay. What can we do to get back into this? We can do this, we can do that. Didn't actually mean to throw the Hog Rider, I meant to throw the Horde. Okay, so we're gonna wait for them to track on in. We're gonna throw our giant skeleton. So, P.E.K.K.A., please start doing some damage back there. He just takes a lot of damage. This is the reason why I was not very happy with him to begin with. I know this seems like a very small thing, but like I feel like P.E.K.K.A.s have to be used really well. They don't have the hit points to do what I want them to do, and that's a problem. Right now I'm willing to say that this P.E.K.K.A. is not helping me out. We're going to give him the try he deserves. Got some watchers. Hey guys, what you doing? And yeah, that was absolutely shit. I'm doing okay. I'm trying out throwing a mini P.E.K.K.A. in there. I don't personally think this is gonna work. And we'll see. Hey, it's nice to say you're in Royal Arena, but you know, I'm over here in like 5 and 6. Tesla down. Got some jibber jabber coming in. I love jibber jabber. I will happily talk back and forth with you guys if you want to get on and make comments. So this is my sweet deck. I've shown it off before. I used to use Prince instead of mini P.E.K.K.A. We're going to keep trying this mini P.E.K.K.A. strategy. I don't think I know how to use him yet. Honestly, that's the biggest problem. I am glad to see the people who watch my stream are the same sort of people I am. Fantastical, fantastical liars. I mean, delightful individuals. Ooh. That's pretty fun. So, I mean, the guys using cannons, I don't think cannons are bad. I don't personally use them myself. That they can't attack air is kind of like the big hang-up for me. I don't like it when I get, basically I get into an air war and I don't have enough to go around. Really kind of grinds on me. We'll throw Hog Rider on the left-hand side for the distract. It's about to get nasty. We'll throw a fireball. Getting different strategies than I had yesterday that I was running up against. It's pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm not doing all that great against the cannon, but that's okay. Throwing the fireball, see if we can get this through. I'm not down yet, but it feels like they're definitely putting the pressure on me, and I don't like that. I've yet to really find like this niche for this mini P.E.K.K.A. Oh, which one? The quitting? I just jumped on right now, so honestly, like, I should be good for a while. So, one of my watchers, Hanno, said that this game basically ladders you out, so if you're having difficulty, sometimes just giving it a rest for a little bit will honestly get you different opponents, and I believe it. I personally think it also comes down to that if you play for long enough, you get enough fatigue going on that you just can't play straight anyway. And then, yeah, so this guy's been going back and forth. I like his playstyle. He does the split push, which makes it really hard for me to like really rack up a lane, and like, you know, that's honestly making it so I'm pretty sure this is going to end in a draw. We'll see about that though. Okay, so Fireball. And then, jeez. Just has cannons for days. Yeah. So this is starting out pretty rough. I'm willing to give like probably another 3 or 4 games choice to the mini Pika. He's not doing it for me. He's not hacking it. Getting that sweet spot where he really deals all that damage that everybody wants to basically trape on. Like I get it. Like, but getting him to the point where he's really effective for me would require me to basically move all of my deck around. And I'm not seeing this working out, but at the same time, as I said, I got some cards. They went from 2 to 5. That's a big increase. We really want to give it the fair test that it really requires. Also, it's a robot. He goes, and then just murders stuff. I mean, I am interested. I just don't think I'm going to get what I want out of it. Boom. Do love that a lot. Yeah, Hannah's saying Goblin Barrel on one and Minion Horde on another, and I absolutely love that strat myself. I do it as often as I think I can pull it off because that means they can't pick which spells they use. They probably don't have arrows and another one. That doesn't mean that that's the case. It just means it's probable that it's the case. So sometimes you get some really good return value on it, which is nice. Okay, so we'll throw some goblins to stop the musketeer. Yeah. My poor little mini P.E.K.K.A., he's a little tin can. I don't know how to use him properly. He's maybe too much of a finesse character for me, and I'm more than willing to admit that. I do like things that will just run stuff down and just beat them into the ground mercilessly. And I mean, that's just sometimes how it is with me. Like, that's what you're going to get. I'm going to take some damage on this right tower. The left tower, I'm almost 100% sure is mine right now. Like, it's not even a question. We're going to start stacking some nasty in the right lane, hoping to get something out of it. If they use arrows, we're throwing barrel. Yeah, this is looking a lot easier. So I'm not noticing my ability to use the P.E.K.K.A. well. And once again, this is really like me and my deck versus like what the card is actually good for. I don't honestly know how this card truthfully works yet. Like what its real strengths are, what its real highlights are. And as I said, I'm using it because I got some card levels up, and it's a good chance to try something out when it's a lot stronger than when it's on the weaker end, honestly, in my opinion. And yeah, this is real nice. Okay, so throw that out there. We probably got this one in the bag without too much issues. I'm going to throw a Fireball because I have picked up Fireball lately instead of arrows, and I have to say, I love Fireball. It's just, you know, not every suggestion works with the way everybody plays, especially if you don't have the cards at the level that you need them to be really effective. Because there's definitely a large amount of skill in this game, but sometimes skill is not nearly as good as punching in the face with a card that's the same card as their card, but 3 levels above it. Very nice, very nice. So William Ho, I've got a clan that's at 50 out of 50. I don't knock people out of that. They're allowed to come and go as they please. I will happily, like, by all means, join my clan as soon as there's an opening on it. But I won't kick anybody because literally everybody in my clan donates. We throw cards. It's a good community. I don't want to split them up, and I don't want to penalize anybody just because, let's face it, they want to play the game, I want to play the game, and they want to throw cards, and I want to throw cards with them. What's going on, Nick Thunder? It's good to see you back. By all means, if there's an opening, you can duel me on my stream. You can do whatever you want. If you get in my clan, if you want to take some time to do that, that's totally cool with me. I devote most of my time to the latter just because most people go, hey, I'm in Arena X. What do you play with to get past Arena X? And, I mean, currently I've gone 5 to 6. I was in 6 2 days ago. instead of just like scratching at it, I legitimately got over 1700, which is nice. Proof's in the pudding right there. Highest trophies is 1740, and I'm playing a deck that is not a sophisticated deck. I'm not trying to play like, I'm not trying to play mind games with other people. I'm legitimately just trying to punch them into the ground. Oh no. So, we're going to be playing this strategy. Um, if my Colossal Skeleton gets to that tower, then we actually came out ahead. This is literally my least favorite deck to play against. It's the complete opposite of my playstyle. I don't think they're terrible people for playing the cards that are in the game. I just personally tried using the Expo like 3 or 4 times, and I went, man, this thing is not my idea of a fun time. As you guys can see, they didn't exactly come out ahead there. I got real lucky, honestly. I had good position. I got the first strike. I had my units out first. If I hadn't, that would have been disastrous, honestly. Okay, so this is what I was told the P.E.K.K.A. was good for, was just wrecking up, like, barbarians and stuff like that. I didn't see that, honestly, like, all that effectively, but that doesn't mean that it can't work. I just think that they need some sort of tanking unit in front of it, and I feel like I have more of, like, a raiding group scenario where people have as many hit points as they can afford to be, but I'd rather they get on the tower fast and do optimal damage for me. So it's hard for me to, as I said, to really enjoy this mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, so positive side is I can just straight throw this on right here. Actually, nope, no, I want those for sure. I want them to get through it as fast as possible. And hmm. Whew. So that Expo's almost got me. It's real nasty. We'll see if we can hold on. I honestly think I just misplayed there, honestly. We'll find out in a minute. That's making me feel a little bit better about myself. And then we're just throwing fodder out there to secure it. Why not? And so I've got William Ho telling me that try using dragon, then follow right away with P.E.K.K.A. Only problem with that is literally there's no dragon in my deck. I'm not telling you I don't have dragon. It's just it's once again level 2. I'm trying to leverage my higher level cards against it. That's the only reason why I'm even giving the P.E.K.K.A. the test. I personally think Prince is awesome, and I'm really tempted to keep him. And as I said, that's why I'm doing the test today. I don't think that I'm going to do better, but I'm willing to try. Is the easy way to say it. But I'm not willing to shift around all of my deck. Usually I try doing one card at a time. I moved Fireball into my deck, and basically that's the way I adapt to things. If I move around too many cards at once, I'm not going to know how to play them. I'm going to play like crap. Okay, so we've got a Giant Skeleton in our opening hand. I just like putting on early pressure. Anybody who's been watching the stream knows that this is basically my favorite thing to do. Ooh, this is going to get real nasty. This is a dogfight. We really need something to keep that P.E.K.K.A. on that bomb. Because I'm not going to lie, I need that bomb to go off on that P.E.K.K.A. Otherwise, I got no chance of stopping him before he gets to my tower. They threw down a freeze spell, so we know they got freeze. And I mean, they got their goblins popping up. It's not a big deal. The Tesla easily takes care of them. And then, how about we just go with a little bit of this. And a little bit of that. So we know they have freeze and fireball. I doubt they have arrows. We're gonna throw these spear goblins. That giant's gonna get to that get to the tower. That's what we wanted. We're gonna come back and defend just a little bit. We don't really have to do anything about those minions. They're gonna do some damage. They're not gonna do excessive damage. So I'm not gonna waste anything on them. Now that that's open, another P.E.K.K.A. Cool. So we're gonna throw you, and then we're gonna throw this Tesla right here. I think the mini P.E.K.K.A.'s gonna get there a little bit too slow, but that's mostly just to distract. So because I want to get that Hog Rider out there. Musketeer, that's fine. He'll get at least 2 hits. That's pretty solid. And then if I can get this Horde out, realistically, I can either Fireball or just regular Goblins. That one. And let's throw a barrel over there. I mean, I know they have Fireball. That's not the question. It's whether or not they have it right then. They did. Tesla should hopefully slow them down enough so that I can get at least Fireball down. And then that's fine with me, because the Valkyrie does some damage. I'm not disagreeing with that. It's just not nearly as much as other units do. We're going to lose there. Let's see what we can do about getting this tower down, though, in the meantime. If it's an even trade, it's an even trade. Not so much. And then let's throw this. But yeah. I'm not seeing the mini P.E.K.K.A. actually helping me out a lot here. He doesn't add any pressure. He doesn't seem to defend very well. Small loans, blah, blah, blah. Question is, have you spent money on Clash Royale? Is this legit? Oh, no, I've totally spent money. I started playing the game immediately, and I was just like, oh, I filled up on chests. What do you do to open those? Money. Okay, got it. And then, legitimately, from 3, 4, and 5, I bought the big chests, the super magical chests every time I went from at Arena 3, 4, and 5, because I really wanted to get a bunch of cards, really fill myself out. I also wanted to increase the amount of XP I got. Is it legit? Well, I mean, if you really want to be super critical with the word legit, what is it? So I guarantee you that everybody that's on this list of players is from early beta. They've spent a bunch of money, and while I'm not disagreeing with you that a cashless legit top 200 would be awesome, I'm not aware that anybody's actually doing it. I'm pretty sure that all of those people have been playing since basically early beta. They threw money. I made basically specific rules for how much money I was willing to spend to see how far I was going to go. And as I said, I bought super magical chests for 3 arenas, and I'm managing to get to 6. And honestly, if I can get to 7 and 8 without spending more money, I don't disagree that that's a different definition of legitimate, but it was my goal when I started out with this. Okay. And William Ho's given me some advice on an opening lineup. I haven't had many P.E.K.K.A. with the giant skeleton yet. For an opener, but it does sound like a good opener. So this might go actually really well for us. That crossbow is really bad about taking on individual stuff. Let's take a look, see what this P.E.K.K.A. is actually going to do for us. Fireball's out of place. I was going for the tower hoping I could get both of it, but didn't get anything there. I mean, other than damage on the tower. And then we're going to save a little bit. That's going to blow up. I threw that a little bit too early, honestly. What I should do is throw at least a Tesla to slow things down. He's got mirror. It's unfortunate. So that seemed to actually get some like value out of that. He certainly chopped down that prince. He didn't stop the prince, but after it was already on the tower, it looks like he had the ability to actually pull him off really fast. It's not too surprising. Let's see what we got here. Save some elixir. We'll get this behind there, and then we'll throw a Hog Rider in front, and then if we're lucky, we'll have enough for a barrel of some sort, or a fireball for support. Most likely not, but hey, I'm okay with that. There's their arrows. Hog Rider's still on that tower. Hog Riding it up. Love you, Hog Rider. I can easily attribute majority of my victories to Hog Rider at this point and Giant Skeleton. Those are the cornerstones of my deck. Those aren't going anywhere. They're what I like playing most of all, so I'm probably not going to be getting rid of this anytime soon. So barrel on top of barrel actually does work. It's kind of pokey, but whatever. If it's what it is, it's what it is. And if it works, it works. So we're going to fireball all of that. We're also going to get the tower. It's unfortunate. So, realistically, all I gotta do is throw a Hog Rider. He's throwing a Knight. I'm about to lose this pretty nasty. Let's throw that P.E.K.K.A., see if it can actually bail me out just a little bit. And then, how about we throw some minions? And how about we fireball this? Too little, too late. It's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm still not seeing the value on the P.E.K.K.A. in the deck. We'll go until we do the crown chest with it. I don't care if that's slowing me down, that I'm not doing as well. If you're not willing to give stuff a try, I can't imagine that, like, you know, you'll get significantly better at the game. And as I said, somebody gave me an advice. They said, hey, try out the P.E.K.K.A., and I said, hey, my P.E.K.K.A. just went up. Might as well give it a try. Opponent left the match. Rejoin the match. And then we're just going to throw barrel onto the left. Hope we get a whole bunch of value out of it. That was pretty okay for a beginning. Actually, no. They just can fight that off, honestly. I think they can fight that off. And what we're going to do is throw a bunch of crap at them because of that. Because they shouldn't have significant amount of elixir left. Or apparently enough for that guy. Nah, screw it. We'll throw the horde that way. Hog Rider's right there. They should take care of him. Double bombs. Very interesting. About to get a bunch of happiness on that left side for me. Good job, guys. We'll throw a Tesla. We'll slow this down. The point of this is realistically so that we can save up elixir. So they're throwing all this crap. We're going to throw the Goblin Barrel behind. They're probably going to get this tower. I just want to take off as much of their tower as humanly possible in the meantime. Hog Rider will be stopped by this Tesla. We'll throw our own Hog Rider because they don't interact. I mean, the Wizard will get some hits on him. I'm going to lose that tower. That's not even a question any longer. I mean, I'm going to throw this Horde, and that guy's going to do exactly what he just did. P.E.K.K.A. can go out there. Just in case P.E.K.K.A. loses this, we're going to throw these guys. And how about we throw a skeleton and push pressure back onto them? Okay, so at this point, realistically, we're getting to who's going to fall down first. This is going to be a fun little match. Hopefully that's got good timing on it and he doesn't have shit for it. Excellent. So that's a squeaker. I can take a squeaker. Squeakers are good enough. So there's that. We got 2 more crowns to get. We're going to sub out P.E.K.K.A. at some point. Because as I said, he's just not working for me. Can't even do donation now. That's hilarious. Okay. Throw that there. Joy. And then... So we're only throwing the Hog Rider and that on this side because we really want to get that bomb skeleton back on there. If we had threw it on the same lane, it actually probably wouldn't have gotten there in time is the funny part. Let's throw these goblins down. Now that I got a Tesla up, I'm going to throw that next. And that should be fine. So right there, if I had 3 elixir with arrows, that would have been like 200 more saved on that tower. I think that's the only big glaring flaw I see with Fireball, but honestly, I'm more than happy to use it. When people throw Barbarian Hordes and stuff like that, I do not regret having Fireball instead of having arrows. And we'll throw you first. Throw you second. Well, if they want to go like full-on latitude, that's fine. It's gonna suck for me. It's gonna suck for them, though. Sometimes you just can't play defense, and this was definitely one of those points. They're gonna do a lot of damage to my towers. I'm not disagreeing with that. Ideally, we're gonna have to try to get something on there for them. So, next time Fireball comes up, I mean, we basically have this. We're going to throw our Teslas. We're going to throw that. I'll take it. Okay, so there's that. I can't say that I really loved P.E.K.K.A. I'm more than willing to actually switch him out now. There's a prince there. And I think we're going to go back to run and gunning, trying to run people over and just smush them into the ground. I mean, honestly, that's my playstyle. Um, I've got William Ho telling me that basically spear goblins on a barrel is a pretty solid counter. You don't have to waste fireball that way. I'm more than willing to give that a try. That doesn't sound like a bad decision, actually. And so I'll happily take that. Teslas, I like to move left and right. It really does depend. Not disagreeing that the center is a good place for them. It's just that's not always exactly where I want them. Okay, get to it. It's as good as it's gonna get. And by that I mean throw the shit to the left. Okay. Don't like that at all. It's fine though. We'll slow this down. Okay, so if they're going to throw all that this way, we are going to be really mean and throw as much thrust power onto the left lane as humanly possible. We'll see what we get. He's going to run at that Tesla. Let's see what we can get up in time. Nope, this is about to get real nasty. I put way too much emphasis on offense, and it's biting me in the back right now. I'm okay with that though. It's just how I am. And I would save up elixir, but they just threw a whole bunch of stuff at me. Honestly, I want to know what they got next. Ooh, none of that horde gets taken out. So one of the reasons why I really like the bomb, the giant skeleton, is just for that bomb factor. When it doesn't go off well, it sort of stings a little bit, I guess is the easy way to say it. And this is going from GG to shit show real fast. They're definitely getting it on me. Don't seem to be able to get back into their back line. Their giant is level 4. That's higher level than mine is. We're just abandoning offense at this point and going for, or defense at this point and going for offense. Gonna lose that either way. Not gonna draw. Not even gonna try for that. And I don't really have anything to start with. We're just going to go with throwing a Tesla. If he throws a bomb skeleton, I honestly don't want my bomb skeleton anywhere near him. And I do want to throw my bomb skeleton. If I throw Prince right here, he will get the job done. It's the only easy way to say it. If I throw this horde, they won't actually attack him. They'll get away. Prince won't. That's okay, though. Oh, wow. So Prince actually did manage to get that tower hit on there, which makes that a really good investment, actually. We're going to throw Giant Skeleton, because I don't want any of this crap coming through. Now that that's done, we can throw Goblins on that balloon. Balloon is an evil card. I'm more than willing to give it to people who use the balloon. I think it's solid. We'll throw a Hog Rider on this tower. I think they just spent all of their goods on that balloon, which is really unfortunate because this is definitely going through. I'm probably going to get that bomb to blow up on their bomb. And then Hog Rider's even getting into the tower. So we're going to throw this Tesla here. That's intentionally as a placeholder. I want that bomb to kill all of their units. Pretty happy right now. A lot of that went pretty much exactly how I wanted it to. And then big thank you to Hano. It's good to see you back. You have a nice evening too. It's not bad either. So, my Hog Rider did recently get leveled up. I'm just so happy about that, is the easy way to say it. Because it's one of my biggest cards. For some reason, I thought that was going to stop a whole lot sooner than it was, but that's okay. We were really far ahead. Probably could have done all 3 crowns without if I hadn't looked away for a second or two. Reading chat, honestly, but that's not so bad. 1680 currently. Is my prince doing anything specifically? I think he's personally pressuring people so that they know that they can't play crap without me being able to follow it right back up. So we're going to throw the Tesla to slow this down. Once this gets to 9, we're going to throw the Prince out on that knight because he's just going to spear the shit out of him. And then... Whew. Going to throw this giant skeleton on top of it. And that bomb's going to blow up. It's not going to get all of them. I've still got the Tesla. Sorry about the cough. And that should get arrowed, but as soon as it does, we got barrel. And if they don't have that, that's cool too, because, you know, totally fine with goblins stabbing the shit out of stuff. They do it very well, honestly. So that Tesla's going to expire. We're going to throw another Tesla. Boop. So they're really waiting for this. I'm going to throw that there. We're going to see what we can get if we can throw some pressure on it. I'd ideally like it to just blow up. Okay, so if he's going to be there, I'm going to Prince him. And if we're going to have all that crap, I'm going to throw these goblins. That's going to contain them and get basically the backdraft. No, it didn't even get that. That's bad. I was expecting the bomb to kill the majority of those barbarians. They have nothing but land units, so, I mean, this isn't a very hard decision, honestly. And then... if they're going to keep putting this pressure on, we're going to throw a Tesla in front. Then we're going to throw a giant skeleton on top of it. And once he's done punching those guys in the back of the head, Hog Rider's going to join him for a nice stroll through the avenue. Okay, so the fireball is to attempt to like lower that a great deal. The Tesla's going to be attempting to get that packet from not destroying everything. The bomb goes off on the left-hand side. We're doing okay. Another giant skeleton in this lane will do us tremendously well. And another print in that lane will do us tremendously well as well. Okay, so we're going to throw Spear Goblins and Hog Rider. And a Fireball on top of those. And I'll take my 1 to none. I mean, mind you, it looked like they were about to get real nasty on my towers. Don't get me wrong. That was about to get real gross. But that's sort of what going on in on all offenses at the end. I mean, you really want to sort of make that decision. You know when you're in overtime, the first person who drops is the one who lost a castle. Even if both of your castles are about to get blown up, you might as well just go for the one. It's not an easy strategy to do all the time. But, you know, I think it's a lot more fun than pulling a draw or just sitting there on the defense and waiting for them to knock you down, basically. You have to go on the offense. The developers have already said offense over defense in this game. I believe it. I play that way. I feel like that's why some of this is successful. And I really do, like, just congratulate them for that because that's a hard thing to do. A lot of people seem to think the defense should be better than offense. I don't agree with that. You know, it's a whole lot harder to defend yourself against somebody who's actually attacking you in video games, much less any other place. Or at least in my opinion, it should be. This isn't like a MOBA. This isn't a tower defender. It's literally you're throwing your stuff against their stuff, and whoever gets the most traction is the one who wins. And so you're basically playing a really quick game of rock, paper, scissors in the lanes and trying to outfox your opponent. I love this game for that reason. This is totally a game about outfoxing, playing like up to the second strategy, and you know, sometimes you lose real bad, and you're like, oh, my feelings, they hurt so bad. But most of the time, it's a fair fight, and when you wreck somebody up real good, it feels real good in this game. They get big credit for that. I really enjoy, not the winning aspect, but the positive reinforcement for when you actually are doing really well. They really give you, like, a good feeling that you're doing really well. I can do a couple more games. And let's see here. I got 4 hours for a crown chest. Probably not going to come back for the crown chest. I might still just do another one in general. But let's do one or two. We're in the Builder's Workshop. I mean, we spent all of this time messing around with that P.E.K.K.A. P.E.K.K.A. didn't plan out. He was not the thunder and lightning I wished him to be. That's okay. Not everything has to work out the way you want it to. Wow. So he hasn't honestly thrown much. I'm going to have to start getting really conservative. Because he should have a whole bunch of elixir to throw at me. I mean, excellent for me. That lead HP goes down to 446. I don't know what he expected out of that, honestly. So we're going to throw this Hog Rider up front to deal with the Tesla, while the Goblins deal with the back. If we get it... No, we don't. Good freezing spell. Freezing was something that was told to me that I should try. I tried it. I think it's good. It doesn't work necessarily with how I play. I feel like units usually work out better for me. And that's probably because I'm a little bit on the simple side. As I've said before, this is very much an offensive deck. I'm not looking to strategy the shit out of people. I'm looking to play a game, have fun, and enjoy myself. There's some quick thinking that goes into the way I play. Sometimes I just don't have the resources to do what I want to do. I can acknowledge that. I'm not always the best well-rounded player. I don't think I'm trying to be the best well-rounded player either, though, is the best part. I'm just trying to have fun, win, and have a good time. And I think that's what everybody's trying to do with this game. I'm not like saying that nobody's getting competitive and that like high end competition isn't good, but I'm saying that like low and mid tier competition is really good too. And in most games, you get like this nasty like I don't know mid tier where like your life just sucks because the people who are playing there they can't match up properly. And I don't feel that's the case in this one. Like people throw interesting strategies at me all the time, and instead of being like, "OMG, that guy is just playing the flavor of the week," and maybe there will be a flavor of the week eventually, I'm like, "Oh wow, I have never seen that before. Did it work?" And if the answer is yes, then that's awesome. Not for me, but like there's other strategies if that makes any sense. Oof, they are definitely going to get my towers. Good job. Okay, so we're going to throw this. We're going to try really hard to save it. It's a good fireball. So this is going to go into sudden death. We need to put all of our damage directly onto their shit, basically. So Skeleton in this tower is going to do a very good job of that. This is the reason I don't like that frozen spell. It didn't kill any of my minions. That's the same way I would try to use it. It would not work. So 1737. I'll take it. Doing well. I don't have a lot. I'm going to throw this goblin just because I feel like it. The goblin is way more of like a setup piece for me, but in this case, all I'm using for is to basically provoke them into throwing a card. And then, so they've thrown enough stuff this way, I'm going that way then. Typical me. It's unfortunate. It's okay though. Spear goblins can take out this musketeer before she really starts putting the damage on. And then, no, we'll stall out a little bit. We're gonna throw this Tesla. And I got the things I like to see in my deck, so that's good. I'm probably gonna throw Hog Rider and Giant Skeleton down the right lane. We'll see what we actually have to deal with. If they throw stuff before I throw stuff, that's cool. So that's unfortunate because that's basically the only thing I don't really like seeing when I'm about to do that. So this worked out in the end. It was a little bit messy. I was a little bit worried about that. I mean, I know I can play defense, and I know that the Giant Skeleton does a pretty fair job of that. But getting like an actual giant to do what you want is a little bit tricky. And so getting him on top of that bomb, that was basically the entire point. I gotta go on offense. They're kicking my teeth in. I'm not even waiting for any support. I know that they'll have elixir. Don't get me wrong. That's not even the question. What I really want... Oh, God. So fast. Anyway. Is to get some solid hits on that. I mean, they should be able to get my other tower down, honestly. Like, that should be a thing they can do. Yeah, I'm not getting too far with this. They're playing a good deck. It's a whole bunch of little creatures. God, there he goes again. But yeah, he definitely had more offense on me, and I'm good with admitting that that was actually well played. So we'll do one more. Yeah, we'll do one more. I'll probably take a break, come back. We'll be in Builder's Workshop. It'll be good. So we're seeing multiple defensive structures. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an Expo. God, so predictable. Pew 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 pew. Okay. They definitely got the better of me on that. The Expo is exactly what you think it would do. The double tower thing that goes on, that's actually going to be knocked out soon, which is nice. I'm not like, oh my god, I hate you guys so much. Like, this needs to be nerfed directly into the ground. It's more like, I'd kind of just like to see people not do exactly what they're doing right here. Oh my god, if that bomb gets on there, that would be hilarious. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Tesla there. Oh, and the Tesla doesn't defend against it. Okay, so that's the thing I have now recognized. That's interesting. Through the ashes, the Hog Rider. So we're gonna fireball all of those, mostly for posterity. Prince is just gonna go directly on it, honestly. We're gonna throw as much shit as humanly possible at that Expo. They've hurt our feelings, and we're going to not let them have any consolation. Ah. I'll take it. I'll take it. A victory's a victory. I like my wins. But yeah, so we're sitting at 1730. I tried out a mini P.E.K.K.A. Didn't go the way I wanted it to. Put my Prince back in. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm winning every game or anything like that. I'm just saying that I want like a good 60%, 70% win rating. I can't do that with the mini P.E.K.K.A. It was basically whether or not their deck sucked versus my deck was playing well. Which I mean, that's honestly how I felt with all of my victories with the mini P.E.K.K.A. in it. And does that mean I'm bad at playing the mini P.E.K.K.A.? Absolutely, it does. I didn't devote a deck around it. I don't know how to play it, and that's okay. If I had better tanking options, it would probably be okay. But the biggest issue is that you throw one of those tanking units in front of it, right? Like the giant or the bomb giant, and if they have a witch or a wizard or even that bomb skeleton, I mean, that P.E.K.K.A. is probably going to get knocked out. My biggest problem with the P.E.K.K.A., and it's the reason it should have that amount of HP, is that 875 hit points just doesn't last compared to Hog Rider's 1168. They're the same level. They're both level 5. I think I was expecting more HP like the Hog Rider has. I acknowledge that that the mini P.E.K.K.A. hits a lot harder. I mean, so I guess I should have known that. But I don't know. The Hog Rider is literally the thing that I like most about my deck. His number two is definitely the Giant Skeleton. Giant Skeleton plays offense, defense. He's my all-arounder. Um, these are where I'm basically choosing to spend all my resources. The Prince has the possibility of being replaced with the Valkyrie, but only after this upcoming patch. There's patch notes in the console or in the heads up. It's in that little, basically that paper thing right there. You click on it, and in your inbox, balance changes incoming. I love that. It's transparency, makes it easy. You want to find out why, you can click on it. They give you explanations about why they like things the way they are. If people want to, I can go over balance notes and stuff like that. But honestly, I think I just want to keep playing and keep doing ladder. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Um, and once again, I'm not trying to like overthink these strategies. I'm not trying to play like really meta. I'm not spending time looking at who's at the top and what they're doing. And I'm not sitting here and watching like basically the high level replays, because I want to see the same person play for like an hour to get an idea of how their deck actually works. A single match teaches me little to nothing other than that up against one particular deck, they either did really well, really poorly, or it was like a really close game. But I want to see how well their deck does against lots of things. That's what I'm trying to offer. As I said, like, this is basically my deck. Something will change eventually. Like, that's no longer arrows in the upper right or upper left hand corner. That is Fireball. I don't think that I've made amazing use of Fireball yet, but I think I'm getting better at it. And I feel like it's got like a 10% like area where it's like if you only had 3 as opposed to 4 elixir, that you'd really want the arrows. But in any case where I can throw the Fireball and I can hit with the Fireball is amazing. Like it really is amazing. It fits well within my deck. One of the things that I noticed that I had a really difficult time dealing with is barbarians, like the 4 barbarians. They shred barbarians, and I'm happy about that. And honestly, if there's a whole bunch of crap that's about to like get up on your tower, I mean, Fireball, so long as it's got like a good sized like grouping, like a nice tight group, it does the job. It really does. It hits more on towers. It can hurt those barbarians, as I told you that I was having some difficulty with. It just doesn't have like the radius that arrows have. So, that's the improvement that I've made on my deck recently. The P.E.K.K.A., it was another attempt. It failed. I'm probably going to try out new cards, every 2 or 3 streams, honestly. Because if I don't try stuff out, I'm never going to find out what's better. After the balance changes hit, who knows what I'll do. I can't imagine I'll reorganize my entire deck. That seems silly. I really dislike when there's like sweeping changes that make it so that you have to completely change how you play the game. That doesn't mean that stuff that's being exploited shouldn't be like clamped down on. If you're playing an exploit deck, if you're playing the hot cards for this week, shame on you anyway. Like if you're playing something is already probably too good to be true, if it's the way you like playing, that is not the same as you saw what was on the internet. Somebody on forums told you, hey, this is my super cheat deck. And you've noticed that everybody's doing it. That's like, as I said, if you're playing the way you like to play and it just so happens to be the hot topic in the exploit, you'll hear no complaints from me. I totally get it. If somebody suddenly made Hog Rider suck, I mean, like, would I be like, oh my god, bring Hog Rider back? Yeah, I kind of would be, but I wouldn't be sitting there and being like, oh, here's the balance reasons why Hog Rider is unfair. And then I'd be like, yeah, I knew he was too good to be true. Mind you, I think he's too good to be true, but I don't honestly think he's unbalanced. Like, that's the best part. Like, he just does exactly what I want him to do. He's the reason I build my deck. He goes in fast, he only cares about buildings, and you can use him for a couple of different things, and he's got enough hit points to take the beating that I need him to take to be able to do what I need. He's basically like my running game for if you guys do football at all. I barely do football. I was raised in a house that loves sports, and I like sports enough, but basically he's my short gains. He's what I throw in there time and time again to try to get 2-3 yards, try to get like just a couple more hit points off of that tower so I can really just go in there and either knock it over, ace it, or like build up a big nasty mess on one side and then just like switch gears and throw the Hog Rider on the other side. And with nobody to like stop him, he does amazing. But anyway, that's the end of this stream. My name's Aaron from Android Games, bringing you as much Clash ladder as you can take. I will be back probably later this evening after about an hour break, and I hope to see you guys there. I'm gonna enjoy myself. You guys enjoy yourself. Enjoy this game. This game is way too much fun. But yeah, Aero from Android Games. Have a nice day. Bye.